Hello, I'm Kay Firth-Butterfield and I am Head of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning at the World Economic Forum.
I'm Renée Cummings, and I'm a criminologist and a criminal psychologist, an AI ethicist, and a data activist.
I am Didem Gürdür. I am a research associate at the University of Cambridge. Even though today I am in Stockholm, in Sweden, I am based in Cambridge, in the United Kingdom.
I am based in San Francisco, but I lead our efforts around governance of AI. So you could also call that responsible AI, or you could call it ethical AI.
At the moment, I am the data activist in residence at the School of Data Science at the University of Virginia, the first of its kind, probably the first of its kind anywhere in the world, an extraordinary position with the opportunity to really make a difference when it comes to understanding the impact of data on society.
I do data science for cyber-physical systems, such as collaborative robots, autonomous vehicles, and smart cities. I looked at interoperability, sustainability, and complexity related to these systems.
Diversity and inclusion matter everywhere. So that's my first answer. Specifically in AI, it matters because, for example, if we don't have diverse and inclusive groups who are creating algorithms, we end up with bias. If we don't think about how to ensure our data is diverse and inclusive, we also end up with bias in the algorithms that we create.
I'm also extraordinarily interested in ensuring that I amplify the voices of women in AI, diverse and inclusive voices, as well as creating space for more and more individuals, particularly Black and Brown women and Black and Brown people. I really do a lot of speaking about diversity, equity, and inclusion. And part of why this mentorship program is so important is that it gives us to engage in very diverse perspectives. It gives us an opportunity to engage diverse ideas and diverse individuals, and really to build the richness of AI.
Specific to AI, one of the first things came to my mind is data and models. When we use data to influence any decisions, let alone automating them, we build models. And as George Box once said nearly half a century ago, essentially, all models are wrong, but some are useful. Where there is inequality, poverty, discrimination, there can only be wrong models.
Mentorship's important because those of us who are already in positions where we are able to influence what happens in the world need to give back. We need to support the women and other diverse individuals to really make sure that there is no glass ceiling left for anybody.
My work as a mentor is really about caring, as simple as it sounds. I think what brings me to the space of mentorship is that ability to serve. And that's one of the things that I've always been committed to in my life, service and providing service. And I think caring is really something that's intrinsic to us. So when the opportunity came to present myself as a mentor, I really jumped at it because I felt more and more that there was something that I can provide just in listening and just in attentive listening. And if it's just sharing a perspective or just giving my view on something or just letting another individual know that someone else is here.
I am so lucky to have the mentees that I have. They are incredible people. They are curious, they are open-minded, and more importantly, they care about the world. I think with any kind of relationship, the most important thing is to be honest, to listen to each other, and as I said, most importantly, to care what that relationship means. We learn together and we learn from each other. I am here because I met so many great people in my life that helped me through this journey. What I am trying to do with my mentees is just to be one of their people, and that's it.
I guess listening, having been a lawyer, I tend to be one of those people who talk, but I think that profoundly as mentors, we need to listen. We need to understand not only what the verbal message is that we're getting from our mentees, but really something more than that. I think the other thing is many of us have very rich networks. Don't keep them to your chest. Let your networks flow and make sure that you introduce your mentees to as many people as possible who will enrich their lives in the way that your network has enriched your own.
One of the things that I always say when it comes to being a great mentor is just being yourself. And I think that is what I do. I am myself, and I always keep it real. And I think that's what people want. They want someone who's going to give them an honest opinion, but an opinion, although it may be critical, that is wrapped in care. I always say wherever we stand, we can lead. And given that opportunity, you can pass that baton and watch someone else run to the other stage. And you know, mentorship is really reciprocal because you give and you receive.
Knowledge is not a zero-sum game. In fact, it is just the opposite of it. It grows when you share it. And I am so grateful that I had this opportunity to share my story and my knowledge with others and learn together from each other.
Keep thinking about what you're passionate about and how you can really live your life to live out that passion. When you're thinking about how difficult our times are now, hold on to that passion and really look at how you can succeed even if you're stuck at home and even if you're having to talk to everybody by Zoom, which I know is exhausting.
There are so many individuals right now who are struggling, and I think they need to know that there are avenues for support that they can walk, and those avenues they can walk knowing that it is a confidential space, and they can still have their confidence and their self-respect and their dignity, but they could know that there are people there who are willing to hold your hand.
I want them to know that they are not alone. I know that some days are worse than others, and there are so many difficulties that we have to deal on a daily basis. But if nothing else, we have each other. There are so many of us that wake up every day and try to change the circumstances and even try to change the world. Most of the days we fail. Most of the time we do not see any change. And at the end of the day, most of us go home as defeated. The next day we wake up and we try it again. I believe that in the future, when we will look at this period, we will see how much things were changing in really.
Make the best, I guess. It sounds trite. Make the best of what is currently a bad job, but in some ways it really isn't. It really enables us to meet people that we wouldn't otherwise have met.
I'm here with you, Women in AI Ethics, and I'm willing to go the distance every time.
I am doing this for a very long time. I wake up every morning, I put my armor, and I get in arena. So believe me when I say reach out, ask for help, find your people. Kindness and compassion of people will really surprise you, I promise.